He right there. I was walking a high wire.
But I wanna tell this to the taxpayers of the city of Lafayette. Pay attention to what's going on in government now. Pay attention to what they say we could do with our tax dollars. Now, the parish doesn't spend none of the city of Lafayette's tax dollars. No, not exactly, but on the services.
Yeah.
The services. This is how they're using the city of Lafayette's tax dollars on the services. We got a mayor president that's got lawsuits for drainage projects, and most of these drainage projects is to secure the parish from flooding. And who's going to pay the major cost for these lawsuits? The city, the taxpayers of Lafayette, of the city of Lafayette. The city of Lafayette taxpayers will pay for these lawsuits.
Yeah.
So understand what's going on, people. And we have to look at these appointed positions and see who's being appointed in these appointed positions. We don't pay attention to them because we don't vote on them, but these are positions that we should be voting on. That if we was living in another city, we would be voting on these positions. But we don't vote on them because at the time the Charter Commission decided to make those positions appointed. I think we have a caller, Brother Jim. We're going to take this call and then we're going to try to take it state.
Caller,
You on air.
can you hear us?
Caller.
Caller, say call. Can you hear us?
Caller, can you hear us? We can hear the caller, but
Or I mean, can he talk?
caller. Okay, caller, we there. You can hear us, caller? I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, turn your TV down and listen to us through the phone.
Can you hear us, caller?
Hello?
Yeah, you on?
You on?
You're on, caller. You can't hear.
Well, go ahead and
through
get your
the
comment.
phone?
Can you hear us now?
Hello? Whoa.
Okay.
Can you hear us, caller? Can you hear us now? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, caller.
Sorry about that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, go ahead. If you're listening on TV, go ahead.
If
You're getting some feedback through your TV. Turn your TV down.
Hey, go ahead with your call. Your comment.
go ahead with your concerns, caller.
Go ahead with your concern. We could hear you. Hello? We keep saying hello. Hello?
Go ahead with your concerns, caller.
He can't hear us.
You can't. Put it all. Take it off.
Okay.
Put it on speaker, and then
Hello?
we want to make sure he can hear us. Can you hear us, caller?
He done hung up.
Tell him call back again.
Caller, please call back.
We gonna get it right.
Please call back.
Okay.
Okay,
There you
straight
go.
on there.
He's calling back now.
Now, caller, go ahead.
Okay, caller, go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, caller, can you hear us, caller? You can hear us now? Try.
Try it again. Try it again, caller. Just go ahead with your comments. We got
Just
you.
go ahead with your comments,
Make a
caller.
comment. Okay.
Good topic, guys. But I don't know what's wrong with Channel 3. I got the fiber, and I have to raise my
Your volume.
TV loud to listen to y'all.
Okay.
Oh,
Channel 4 got good reception.
Thanks.
I don't have to do that.
Okay.
okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's just the channel.
Yeah.
Is it-
And tell them in support of this show,
Back about 80,
please call AOC and let them know we need more support for stuff like that.
not loud.
Okay.
Okay, in support of the show,
Good topic, y'all keep up the good work. Keep talking about what y'all, what needs to be done. And I hope to try to get our city back.
Thank you.
Thank you for that
Thank you.
comment, brother.
And tell them, give us support by letting the station know that we need it.
And if you if we're having technical issues on the other side that we can't see or we can't hear, call in to the station at 337-232-4434 and let them know to give support to the show. And I'm glad that caller called in, because that's enough. That's a taxpayer in the city of Lafayette that's saying that these concerns are valid. He believed that he believed that these things should happen, and we need to get our city back. Thank you, caller, for making those comments.
Brother Key, that other issue with that meeting, I don't know if you heard that, the deconsolidated meeting committee.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What they voted against.
The city parish.
Was that a good thing or bad thing? Because I don't want to. Explain it to me, but
it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. The city parish alignment commission, which most of those committee members sit on the board, and most of those committee members are live in the unincorporated areas.
Mm-hmm.
And they come back and say that Lafayette doesn't need its own mayor. It needs to stay consolidated with the parish, which is the unincorporated areas, really. And Lafayette doesn't need an elected chief of police. The chief of police position still needs to be appointed, and that's the thing we're saying. We didn't ask to deconsolidate from the parish. What we asked for is to give us a man that can run our city, that we can go to, that one man. Two separate people. You can't have one man serving two masters.
Okay, now. In other
You're gonna say something about the police chief too, yeah?
Yeah. Well, he do. You know, he do have.
He appointed the chief of police.
So, you know, just like you are a director, you know, we on the you, you know, your command. When you say, hey, I got to cut this mic off, you cut the mic off. You know, the show is ended. You know, the show is ended, and that's the same thing. As far as I'm concerned, Josh Guillory is doing right now. You know, everybody he appoints, everybody he hires under his hands, he got his hands on them. So that makes it bad for everybody else.
And to tell the taxpayers and citizens, look at these positions that's being appointed, these appointed positions. Look at who's being put in these appointed positions and who's doing the appointing. These positions need to be elected positions. These appointed positions was elected positions before, and they need to be elected positions where the people can say, the taxpayers and the voters, the voters of the city of Lafayette can say who they want to serve them, who they want to protect and serve.
That's right. You know, like he comes in there, and ever since '96, I never knew no mayor president. Before it wasn't mayor president.
It was city parish president.
Yeah, city parish president. You know, before that, I don't remember now one of them having bodyguard. You know, now one.
No personal bodyguard. They had security at the meetings, but not as far as a personal detail. It's not a mayor or a mayor president in the city of Lafayette that had a personal security detail.
Why is this scared?
This man is
Yeah,
paying.
threats.
This man is using our taxpayer dollars to pay uniform officers to sit outside his house.
Well, because if you go back to the young lady, to me, a non-threatening young lady with a barbecue pit, that's threatening? That's the only time that's the only thing I know of.
Yeah.
But you know, he went around with Rudy Giuliani, now that's a different thing right there. Rudy don't play.
Now also remember,
Caller, wait, not to cut you off. Caller, is it better now? Can you hear better? Just let us know so we could tighten up.
Yeah, because
we can tighten up all the.
we still having some
the little
issues.
bugs right now. We've been working on this a while, you know.
yeah, so we can iron out all the bugs.
Bugs,
leave us to our own words, we're gonna get it.
But back to it. Let me remind the voters of Lafayette Parish. Our mayor president can meet with other mayors, the mayors of the other municipalities, but he cannot go to a meeting
Hello?
and tell those that council and that mayor what to do in their cities, in the other municipalities. He cannot.
Thank you. You want to comment? Hold on. Go ahead.
We have a call.
Go
Good
ahead.
morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Go ahead.
Good morning, caller.
Give up. But the reason why they don't want to give up the golden age, you know, because I wonder if the mayors of Cameron Crowe, Dusson, Scott, Youngsville meet up all together, have their own meeting to see what's going on in the parish and in the city.
Now that's a good one. Now, how you ask that question again?
Can you repeat the question, caller?
If the city meet with all the entities, Youngsville, Scott, Dusson, and Cameron, with the mayors, all the mayors meet, not the councilmen. If they do have a meeting sometime in every month, or because they have to know what's going on in each city, or each little parish.
No. They do have a meeting with the mayor president, who's George Guillory, once a month or whenever he want to meet with them. But he cannot tell them what to do in their city. He can suggest things to them, and if they want to take a suggestion, then they can take his suggestion. But if he says something that they say, oh no, this is not happening in my city, well then it's not happening. They shut him down. It's really consolidation is really the unincorporated area. The parish, those other municipalities just have a hand in it, but really only who's incorporated is the unincorporated areas, and the city of Lafayette is really who's consolidated. The unincorporated areas and the city of Lafayette. That's who the parish council and the mayor president controls. The city of Lafayette and the unincorporated areas. Really, that's who's consolidated. The other municipalities just have a say in who can be the mayor president of Lafayette. They vote on the mayor president of Lafayette, but really they don't take no orders from the mayor president. They don't have to take no command from the mayor president. All the mayor president do is make suggestions to them. Now they can they can choose to follow his suggestion, or they can choose not to. But the citizens of the city of Lafayette, the voters and the taxpayers, he can't suggest. He's not suggesting to them. He says what is done in the city of Lafayette and what's going to be done with the city of Lafayette.
Yeah, well, that's the way that goes. We gave you a pretty good answer, caller.
Yeah, I'll tell you another thing. Josh Giller is supposed to be mayor, president, or president mayor. I bet you if we decide the citizen of the city of Lafayette tried to recall him, I bet you we can't because the parish won't do it. That's why he's wearing really one hat. They say two hats, but it's one.
Correct. And you're correct, caller. And we thank you for calling in and making that concern. Now, I want y'all to I want y'all to realize we're talking to a taxpayer in the city of Lafayette, a voter of the city of Lafayette, and he's saying that's what he wants. He want a separate mayor. He want an elected chief. He want the city autonomy back. He want the city democratic process back. And
you know what? The biggest issue is just like the caller said. The biggest issue, they don't want to give up the golden age. You know what I mean? Okay. Who was that? Lynette Cook. When she brought it up, functional. We are not functioning in the city of Lafayette. Not the north side anyway. You know, we are not functioning. And what she's trying to say is we have functioning consolidation, let's leave it like it is, you know? But we still, all they have to do is put it on the ballot, Keith. All they have to do is put it on the ballot.
Put it on the ballot and let the people decide.
Yeah, let the people decide. What's so hard about that? You know, when it's time to get the elected chief in the unincorporated area or the parish, you know, they put it on the ballot. All you gotta do is put those two things on the ballot. Three things. Mayor, chief of police, and parish president. Now let us have a parish president wide, you know, by himself. Just like St. Landry have. St. Landry have a
parish president, and each municipality has a mayor.
Yeah. So
that's what we need here in Lafayette.
Yeah. Why we can't function off of that?
Yeah, because the demographics are changing in like Wallace City, in the inner city. You have
shrinking.
More people of color in dominance of the inside the city limits, as opposed to the other side, and all we've seen is tax dollars. I see the new on Highway 90 going towards Roosevelt, all the new exits into the turnarounds that they have.
Yeah.
They're fixing up those roads so pristine now in Youngsville. But yet you come on one side of the town, city of Lafayette, you don't see all of that road construction and improvements. And in order to bring commerce, you have to have road improvements.
Correct. Right. And not just that, you know, you got to have a hospital.
Yes.
We got about 5 minutes to talk about this hospital. You know, we need a hospital on the north side of this town. You know, on the north of I-10. West of Louisiana Avenue and east of University, you know, and between Karen Crow and Lafayette, we got a lot of places.
Please, we can put that hospital, and we need a major hospital, with emergency room access and everything, a major
I
hospital.
think y'all will go up the air in 2 minutes on regular TV. If y'all want to continue till 10 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube, that's up to y'all.
Yeah, we gonna continue on.
But 2 minutes y'all can sign off on TV.
Okay, well, we better sign off now. because-
Okay.
But they gonna take y'all off the air 56 minutes.
Hey, we wanna thank everyone
After.
for allowing us to come into your home.
Your hearts.
Your hearts, your ears, and your eyes. You know, hope we did something, or we said something that would rattle your cage, you understand me, to make sure that we start getting a quality of life here in Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Thank you guys, y'all have a blessed weekend, and happy 13th Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
That's why we had those issues getting on Friday the 13th. We could blame it on that or AOC.
Yeah.
But if you're watching, if you're watching and you want to continue watching, our director then gave us the approval to go into overdrive. So we're gonna go into overdrive. We're gonna still be going on the YouTube
Yeah,
channel,
y'all- the channel just went
Facebook.
off the regular air, so y'all on YouTube and
Facebook.
Facebook.
Let's continue, but we need a major hospital on the north side, and like Mr. Wallace said, west of University.
No. East of, west of Louisiana Avenue.
West of Louisiana Avenue,
East of University. North of I-10. You know, we needed before around Carencro, you know, a parish-wide hospital, you know, and like you say, we needed with emergency room access, you know, not urgent care. Urgent care is if you got a cut, you understand me, you got a broken arm or something like this here, you know. But the way things are going right now, you know, we need to straighten up all these things, you know. We need to speak up for these things, you know. Seem like we having more interest in a library, you understand me, than a hospital. A hospital take care of everybody. A library only take care of a few people, you know, and that's those that want to go. But a hospital,
You have to go.
you have to go just about.
You gonna go there someday. So
Yeah, you know.
we need a hospital on the north side. I mean, the library is pushing through. It's gonna get built. They say
Yeah.
it's gonna get built, but we need to start fighting for that hospital on the north side. A major hospital. We need to start fighting for that.
Yeah.
We can't stress that enough.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's what I say. You know, so if we keep pushing this, you know, it might come to pass. But I don't hear nobody really want to talk about it.
No, nobody really want to talk about
And-
the hospital on the north side.
And you know, next time they have open mic, that's gonna be one of the
The topics.
top, you know, open mic, and you could talk about anything other than what's on their
Agenda.
agenda. Oh yeah, we got to bring that up to them.
And for the Facebook views, let's move to let me switch over from local and go to state a little bit. And I just been informed that the state capital, Louisiana state capital, has been cleared out, and it's
I know it's not funny, but that's true.
it has been cleared out and evacuated due to a suspicious baggage that was left in the state capitol. So that should send a message, even to January 6th, which is not is not right that they did that. But this should send a message to our state legislators, to our state officials, that people is not happy with the way you taking care of business with their tax dollars. They're not happy with it. Even local people are not happy with the way government are doing things now, and it's time for a change. And to the voters of the state of Louisiana, it's time to put some young, energetic, new people in these positions. It's time to put some young people in these positions. Because I think young people serve us better, because young people have looked at the issue a different way. You got a lot of educated young people that is studying the oppression, studying what's going on, studying how the laws that led the legislation that the legislators are pushing through, studying what's best and what's not best. And it's on the local, state, national. I don't care where you live. I don't care where you live, what state you live in, what city you live in, what parish you live in. Everybody is seeing the effects of oppression. Everybody is seeing the effects of poverty. Everybody is seeing the effects from decades, centuries ago of the mistakes of these elected officials and legislators who have called the shots for years. Everybody's seeing the trickle-down effect, and it's not good. It's bad effect. And people are doing these things, causing the state capitol to be cleared, causing the United States Capitol to be cleared, because they're not happy on both sides.
Before Brother Waters jump in, I know he want to jump in. He isn't like me, it's like jump rope. Jump in. What do you think, speaking of January 6th in relation to Louisiana, we know our Republican Attorney General, Jeff Landry, he's also the head of the Republican Attorney General Association. He has been talked about as being one of the people who consulted with some of the members of I call it the bum rushers, back in the bum rushers.
Yeah,
There was some bums rushing the Capitol. And his organization helped organize and finance some of the people who went to Washington, D.C. So one of the CEO of Rouse's and so forth, all of them went up there because we had the backing of political people in the state of Louisiana. So should the federal government, should the Congress investigate Louisiana State Attorney General Jeff Landry?
They should invest everybody that had anything to do with that. If they spoke about it, if they push them to do something that they knew was wrong, everybody should be investigated. Even though you went there on humbug, you went looky loose.
That stopped me from getting my good stuff at Rouse's, man.
Yeah.
My old lady said, we're not going back in there.
Yeah. Well, this is what it was really all about, man. When I was coming up in school, I thought that White House was like a frog, watertight.
Right.
And to say that these people got through those gates, bust up the White House like they did.
You were doing Spider-Man. You saw that, Brother Keith? They were climbing up the side, Spider-Man.
And they should be ultra prosecuted. They should be ultra prosecuted for that. And for them to drag their feet like they're doing, we all know if it was dark people, black people.
Well, if it was people of a mulatto and different, if it was people of many colors,
they'd have been out.
Oh yeah, they would have been laying down there bleeding like pigs.
I watched the History Channel the other day, man, and I forgot who came out with the Beast. That limousine, and they gave the history of that limousine, and they gave the history of Air Force One. You know, I thought the White House was just as tight as that. You know, I thought the White House was just as tight as that, man. You know.
And I'm glad Brother Jay brought up Jeff Landry, cause the what you call it, the rumor is out. Rumor has it that Jeff Landry is running for
Governor.
is going to run for governor.
Oh.
When John Bell finishes his term. I say to the people here today, I can't tell you, the people that's watching, I can't tell you who to vote for, and I can't tell you who to cast your vote for. But look at the track record as Attorney General and make your decision from there. But I say, me personally, I would not support a Jeff Landry for governor. I would not support a Jeff Landry for governor, and I would not support a conservative for governor. I would not support a far right for governor.
And you know, yeah, you're right. That's I'm glad you made that distinction, because we might have some people who from let's say the older Republican Party that probably wanted to do some things, not big government. Government stay out of your bedroom, government stay out your bedroom, and all. Out your business and all that. But we got some conservatives who has crossed over. So like, we talk about the young generation crossed over with the guns and the violence.
Yeah.
But we got Republicans who has crossed over to a new realm, almost like the Nazis. We're going to do away with everything of color. We're going to do away with every right you have. Matter of fact, if you look at Donald Trump, and people say, well, Donald Trump wasn't too bad for black folks. He didn't institute it. Well, once the people around him, they support all the things they're doing over there in the Ukraine. Whether you put it against the Ukrainian or for the Ukrainian, it's a lot of let's say white. How would you call that? A lot of supremacist stuff that Hitler was doing. Everybody want to be a nationalist. Nationalist is in their mind is supporting people who are of let's say European descent. You see a lot of nationalist type thing in the move against critical race theory by telling the truth about what happened in St. Martinville to the young man Willie. Who they killed, electrocuted Willie. What's his name? They were talking about it this week.
Yeah.
Those white nationalists think they have a right to do whatever.
When they shot the boys.
No, when they electrocute him twice. Willie Francis. Yeah. A lot of that white nationalist stuff that's what they're trying to do. So I'm just my question to you guys, since y'all let the director jump in, can we support any person in the Republican Party if you got that ideology thing? Because John Dillon is close to the Rudy Giuliani, the people who was trying to deny you the vote, and say you always the black folks didn't vote and help put Biden in office. So that's my correct thing.
I cannot support any far right conservative Republican because
you got some of our people support these people over here.
Yeah, a lot of them. Now let's
Albert
Guillory, he's a turned Republican. But not to talk about the Republican Party because
call him a turncoat.
A turncoat because I'm
I rode the bus with him. I thought he was cool.
Because I'm registered as no party.
Yes, independent. Yeah, three independents in the world. I guess.
Yeah, I'm independent. Because you have some Democrats.
Yeah.
That's far right. You know.
And not even that. Don't carry out the agenda of the people who elected them. That's another thing.
Correct. We was promised all kind of things by the president, and he still has that to put his agenda forward because of certain Democrats. But let's go back to as to showing you what would have happened if this would have happened if we had a far left conservative governor in the state of Louisiana. with the abortion. The state of Louisiana, the Senate tried to pass a bill that would that would allow the prosecutor to charge you with murder, even if Roe versus Wade had to not been overturned.
Remaining the same.
They would have still the prosecutors would have still had the power to charge you with a homicide in the state of Louisiana for if you had an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And the bill fell in the Senate, but we had a governor that came out and said, even if the bill reaches his desk, it wasn't going to go no further than his desk.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if we had a conservative, far left, Republican governor, that bill would have been far right, man. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm far left sometimes. I'm far left. Way out there, man.
Way out there. Far right. He would have signed off on that bill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I look at it like this here, man. Jeff Landry always suing somebody. He done had so many lawsuits.
Yeah, I admire him on that. He slows down things. He slows down a lot of things. He's doing what other people doing to Donald Trump, his boss. They're suing Trump, so he's suing everybody else.
Yeah. So, a lot of people say Donald Trump wasn't a bad. I say if those people would have took over that White House January the 6th.
You would have found out what he was.
Really found out what he was.
I saw a bunch of Confederate flags running around there, and I don't think they was loving the African flag.
No, we would have been under dictatorship.
Yeah.
Correct.
The first president that I know of, that went to visit 2 dictator countries.
Yeah.
2.
Yes.
And what that
North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea, Changwon or whatever.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, I know they got the word ill in there, so he got to be illin'.
Yeah. He didn't play.
And
He didn't visit Cuba.
He's illin'.
and Russia.
Yeah. And we saw the Russians. The Russians laughed at Donald Trump when they visited the White House. When you saw Lavrov, his Putin assistant, the one who I think is really crazy, really mean.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump said something, and those two look at each other and start laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you that the people that's handling Donald Trump, where were they at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I want to bring something up that people might have forgot about. And right after it was done, he was re-elected to Congress. His house seat, Glenn Clay Higgins. Glenn Clay Higgins made a video on Facebook, looked like he was all drunk, saying, "I'll drop every 10 of you where you stand," when they had the protest at City Hall in Lafayette for the Pell
They're trying to pull up my picture. I got it. Matter of fact, the Barlow family, my mother and me and I and all of us got the mail out from Glenn Higgins saying he's been right by Iberia Parish. I mean, I'm still waiting. We got a lot of bad roads in Iberia Parish.
So Glenn needs to be investigated too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
He got rid of all his child support. And won't even talk to me about mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's something, It's sad. It's a sad world. It's sad to say we live in the United States of America right now. And to go national, did you see U.S. Rep Jeffries go off on Justice
the brother from
Thomas?
New York. Yeah, the brother from New York.
He went off on Justice Clarence Thomas.
Yes, he's a hero to a lot of people in Lafayette, Justice Thomas. Justice Clarence Thomas.
Yeah,
Yes, Clarence Stephen Thomas. Stephen from Django.
Justice Thomas, I want to talk about people can't take the outcome and try to bully the Supreme Court. Well, he needs to start at his house because his wife was part of the ones trying to overturn the 2020 election with Joe Biden. When Joe Biden became president.
Now, Brother Keith, you know he's gonna back his wife. His wife is white. I mean, right. I'm sorry.
So it's some serious issue, and people, I want y'all to understand that. A lot of people might say, "Well, Roe versus Wade." A lot of men, not women, a lot of men might say, "Well, Roe versus Wade, it's not a big deal for us, we men." Yeah, it's not a big deal for y'all right now, for the men right now, because you're men, but it's a big deal, and it's going to be a big deal later, because if Roe versus Wade get overturned, well, then you got a lot of human and civil rights cases
That's a precursor to something
that could possibly get overturned. So women, don't think these far left conservatives and these conservative and Republican governments are doing this
out of love.
Just for the women. No, they doing this to push their conservative
agenda.
and far right agenda through.
What we call in technical terms side loading, like we do fire sales.
Side loading, yeah.
You know what side loading is.
Yeah, it's just easy. It's just easier for them to go at the abortion side of it, the Roe versus Wade side of it, because it is an issue that already been dissolved, that they knew what was going to happen. So it just was an easier point for them to go at it to get their agenda through, because they couldn't get their agenda through the legislation, through legislative power. So they're getting it through the Supreme Court.
Yeah, well, you see, that's why Donald Trump wanted to appoint 2 more people to the Supreme Court. And what they're doing right now, before Roe versus Wade came in, white men had control over their women. Now they done lost control, so this is the way they want to do it. Take control again, keep them, how the old saying go, keep them barefooted and pregnant and in the kitchen. That's why they want them at. So this is why they trying to destroy that. So if a woman get pregnant, you understand me, she can't go and get rid of the baby because she's mad at her husband, or she's soon as she got pregnant, he started acting crazy. You know, he started demanding more from her. You know, and then when the women start feeling that way, that's why they would go and abort the baby.
Correct, Mr. Wallace. But and I also feel the flip side to Roe versus Wade is to induce the white population. You know. Yeah,
it is. That's another issue. They're not doing it out. A lot of the stuff they're caring about kids, because as long as back in the 60s when black folk were, they were trying to get black folks to abort babies, there wasn't no great push. But as soon as they start seeing the demographic change in the census of the white Caucasian population, basically they're not reproducing. That's when they really had that big push to do away with abortion rights. Yes. So it's not out of great love that these conservatives are doing that, out of any kind of moral turpitude that they're feeling. The only thing they'll have their allegiance to is a nationalist agenda. A nationalist agenda is to keep the white. That's what Russia is. A nationalist country right now. They're not even a communist. I know some people call it a communist country or after a communist country. China is a homogenous country. They have a nationalist agenda. Everybody got to be in line. I don't know how many black Chinese you saw lately, y'all. I don't see a lot of black Chinese, but I know China is in Africa, buying up all the land, buying all the resources, investing. So those African countries, if they default, they could basically take over. And you're seeing a lot of that. And people say that's a good thing that China over there, but I don't see it's a good thing because the resources that Africa has is endless. And China is a country that's so vast in population, they need all these resources. So they're pushing a nationalist agenda. In some parts of Africa, they got whole towns run by Chinese law enforcement. You know, as long as they're paying the big money to the rulers of that certain country, they could do whatever the hell they want. Yeah, so nationalist agenda is based on the population and who controls, and the nationalist people. The people who are nationalists right now are people in Russia, Ukraine, and so forth. I really don't have no dog in that fight over there.
Me neither.
And I know we gotta come to.
Yeah. So you got me. I appreciate y'all letting me jump in your conversation.
But I want to come back to the state for a little bit because CNN been covering it, but the local news haven't been covering it too much. Those 3 state troopers arrested for police brutality on a black man. After a traffic chase, he gave up, hands in the air, face down, laying down, face down, and they still beat him and slapped him. The only thing I'm not happy with is what the prosecutors decided not to pick him up on the high crime charge, pick up the officers on the high crime charge, which would be felony, what it's called, felony malfeasance in office.
Yeah.
They let that charge go and pick him up on some misdemeanor charges. Which I said they should have been charged with the felonies.
Well, that's all. Everything is a game being played. You see what's being played right now. And when they first came out, Brother Keith, indicting, looking at all these things, and they put that committee together. That's a Republican-led committee. And I don't have a whole lot of great love for John Bell Edwards. I don't have a whole lot of great love to the conservative movement in the legislature. I know when we're being played.
Correct.
This thing is being dragged out.
Yeah.
The conservatives are using this as a wedge issue against John Bell Edwards. That's all it's about.
That's it.
It's not about justice. Again, I say, just like in the abortion case, it's not about the love of doing the right moral thing for Ronald Green and his family and those who might come in. It's about, well, wow, we got a Democratic
we got something on John
Bell Edwards. And so we got to learn to separate that, to understand. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be like some other caller who tell you what you need to know, and then he want you to, or some other TV host who telling you need to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, decide for yourself and to see what that is. All we could do is push for the justice issue. Don't be caught up in there. Well, you see, John Bell Edwards did, what he knew and what he knew. That's an issue these Republicans. Because if that was a Republican governor, you'll never hear nothing about Ronald Reagan.
No, and then they wanna they file contempt charges against Kevin Reed for not giving up his journal, and which that journal doesn't mean nothing. They have enough testimony and enough evidence right now to see everybody that was involved at the time.
I've been
charging them.
The same Republicans who doing those press interviews about Kevin Reed is the same one calling Kevin Reed up. Don't worry about a thing. We got to go through the motions. We don't worry about it. It's all about just showing that we're going after John Bell Edwards. It's not about justice for Ronald Reagan.
And they want that journal because they believe that journal could lead them to some evidence that Governor Edwards had something to do in around.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan, but I put the level for him because he was the lesser of the issue. So I'm a registered independent. So let's not get caught up in that thing about the political stuff at the top. Even the Black Caucus, we shouldn't get caught up and just want to criticize the Black Caucus. They got some good brothers who are really trying to do something.
Correct.
Let's look at the overall bottom line. Will those officers who did wrong get prosecuted?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's-
that's it for me.
Yeah,
fellas.
Okay, well, since that's it for you.
I know.
Mr. Wallace, you got closing remarks?
My closing remark is, register to vote. Let's make sure that we get out there and vote. Vote your right conscious mind in. Not your, you're getting paid mind, your conscious mind, because some of us, we get paid to vote for certain people.
Uh-huh.
And once we get paid, we go and vote for them. Once they get in office, guess what? They turn around and kick you like a football.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
or punch you like a football. But
Yeah.
anyway, I thank Brother Jay, I thank you, Brother Keith, for being a part of the conversation that everybody should know about. You know, if you get mad at us because we said something that you didn't agree with, go get a drink of water, drown it out, and
Yeah.
everything will be
Or,
fine.
or talk to us personally, and maybe we can work it out.
Get on your own show and stay on your own show. I'm saying that for any listeners.
Anytime you wanna get with me and Keith, Brother Jay, wanna come on, have a conversation, we'll kindly oblige you.
Yeah, we're open to guesses. So anybody out there, former councilman, current councilman,
Under indictment, Councilman.
under indictment council,
Mr. Ricky Hardy.
Mr. Ricky Hardy, judges. If anybody want to get on the show, and if you got events coming up, and you want to get on the show and be interviewed, get in touch with one of us, Brother Jay, myself, and Mr. Wallace. We're all on Facebook. You can't miss us. And Brother Jay's phone stay open, so he waiting on you to give him that call, Mr.
Yes,
Hardy.
yes.
With that, y'all have a great weekend. Keith, I'm gonna see y'all weekend, so.
Yeah, and then-
Brother Jay, I'll be talking to y'all.
And
weekend.
if you
All the others.
Look for Brother Darrell Muhammad this Sunday. We got to bring him back.
look for Brother Darrell Muhammad this
Community
Sunday.
defender.
Community defenders. And if you can't put your hand on your voter's registration card, you need to re-register. And then in the quick announcement, don't forget the VZ, Macomb VZ Coterie is having neighborhood day out, and I think it started at 2 to 6. Y'all come out. It's a family friendly event. Leave the violence at home. Come out and we gonna enjoy ourselves.
All right.
Right. Thank y'all.
With that, thank you.